everybody. So yeah, I'm still, still wearing my cool headband from the reading lesson because reading and writing, they kind of connect really well, okay? So your suggested writing assignment this week is to revise. So remember, when you think of the steps of writing, yes, you kind of go in order sometimes, but it's okay to go back and forth, okay? But we usually spend 1 week at a time on each step, okay? So we spent a week on planning. We spent a week on drafting last week and writing. And then this week, we're going to work on revising. How can I take that same story that I've been working on the last few weeks to make it better? Okay. Now, don't forget, though, in the writing steps, it's okay to go back and forth through the steps. Okay. But most of us are ready to do some revising this week, and I want you to try out some of that. Okay. So there is a video right there that gives a little bit more information after mine if you need it. Okay. But revising, I'm going to show you, I'm going to kind of go through 5 different ways that you can revise, and then I'll show you one on my writing, okay, if I have time. So the first way is just reread your writing, okay? Most writers, when they reread it, they're going to go, oh my goodness, I totally forgot to write. Or, oh, I thought I wrote that, but I didn't. Okay, so just rereading is a good way. The second way is to add in dialogue, okay? Especially if you're doing a fiction or realistic fiction. Add some dialogue. Maybe one of your characters said something to the other characters, okay? Third way is to add some feeling, especially like I said, because a lot of us are doing some fiction stories or realistic fiction. How are your characters feeling? So add in a sentence or so about how they're feeling, okay? Fourth way is just to add in a describing word, okay? So maybe you're talking about your dog, your dog, your dog, your dog, your dog. Maybe going back and thinking of one word to describe your dog. The tiny dog, the silly dog, okay? I'm doing this because remember, you can put your rooftop in case I don't get to show you, okay? And then the fifth way is if you can't think of anything on your own, well, just like in class, I can ask a writing partner for help. I can ask someone in my house, hey, can you listen to my story? Is there something that doesn't make sense? Is there something you have a question on? Okay. I've even on some of your writings from last week, I asked you a question. I said, you might want to use it. Okay, so if you had a question and I asked you a question on Google Class and I said, what were you playing outside? Well, this week you can go add that in, okay? Or if on Google Class I asked you, tell me more about Fortnite, go back and add some of that detail in this week, okay, to make that kind of hamburger story that we talked about last week a little bit juicier in the middle, okay? So I'm going to show you how you can do that on, I'm going to switch screens on you to show you how to do that on a story that you typed, okay? One way to do that, if I'm reading it, let's say I reread this and I said, oh, I totally forgot right here where my cursor is. I forgot to write in when he was sniffing everywhere that he started howling and barking because he was so excited. Okay, so the cool thing about that is I can put my cursor right here and I can type it in. Now I just did it real fast. Okay. If I wanted to show and kind of have some fun, show my revising, I can highlight that sentence that I added in this week, and I can go up here to the highlighter and give it a color. Okay. Now, I read your writing last week, so I'll see what you added in, but if you want it to stand out a little bit, you can kind of have some fun with the coloring. Even this up here is the text color, so I can change it. So just like if you're going to use a pen in class to show me some revising, you can do the same thing on the computer. Okay. Also, I'm going to try to show you really quick about how to do it on your paper. Now, mine's typed out paper. Don't print your typed out one. Do it on the computer if you did it on the computer. But I kind of wanted to show you in case you wrote yours out. Like a lot of us, it was about half and half. Half of us wrote it out last week. So use your paper one, and you can use that. Remember, that rooftop is going to say, hey, I have something else for you to read up here, and then keep reading. Okay, so I'm going to try to see if I can show you it. There's my rooftop, and I kind of squeezed it in. Okay. If I can't squeeze it in very good on my paper, here's another quick way. I don't know if we talked about this too much this year, but if I had to have something right there, I can give a little star, and then down below where I have lots of room, I can do that same little star like a code and finish my writing there. So when my reader reads that and sees the star, they're going to go down and read that and then back up to that star to keep reading. Okay. So I cannot wait to see your revising this week and see what you're adding to your story to make them even better, because they were already great last week. Can't wait. All right. Have fun.